Dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be diving into another very easy room on the TryHackMe, which is Neighbor. I'd like to take this video to showcase how to emulate web application and then how to identify vulnerabilities and then exploit it. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So as you can see over here, I've already started the target machine. And then we can copy the target IP address. And then we can head over to Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the open ports and the services running on those ports with a map. To save time of this video, I've already done that before, so now we can get out its result. Yes, we can get out its result. So as you can see over here, I took the options like scene scan, the version scan, default script scan, followed by the ON to output the scanning results to this file. Then we can retrieve scanning results whenever, just as what I'm doing now. From the map scanning, we can tell the target machine has only 2 open ports. The first one, 22. The surface is SSH or secure shell surface. And also we can get the version information, including its exact version number. This version is quite updated. I don't think we can find any workable exploit for this particular version. Let's move on. The second open port, 80, the surface is HTTP. And also we can know its version information, Apache 2. And this is the header and the title, login. And also we can get the operating system information. This is Linux. But also from the SSH, we can get the distribution of the Linux, which is Ubuntu. So what are we going to do next? We need to emulate web applications, not web application. And usually we should start with manual emulation. Okay, so let's fire up the browser to perform manual emulation first. We can put the IP address of the target machine into the address bar, and then we can press Enter key on the keyboard. So yeah, indeed, this is a login page. So please fill in your credentials to log in, username and password. Usually when we do such CTF or when we do penetration testing, we can use admin and admin as a password to log in. Sometimes because of misconfigured or weak credentials vulnerability, we can log in easily. But also we can try to use password as password login, not work. And then we can try to use bypass login technique. Okay, 1 = 1, always true. And we can follow by double dashes and then space. And we can put anything here and click login. But it's not working. Next, when we emulate web application, usually we need to check its source code. And from the source code, sometimes we can get very important information like CMS or content management system information, and also some kinds of hidden directory or files, or some kinds credentials. So now let's right click the mouse and go to view page source. So here, without too much difficulty, we can notice there is one comment in this source code. So use guest credentials until registration is fixed. Admin user account is off limits. So I think from this comment we can get several pieces of information. So the guest is the credentials which can be used temporarily, and another account is admin. Okay. So now let's go back to the login page, and we can try to use guest and login. Okay, very simple application. Hi guest, welcome to our site. Try not to keep your neighbor's profile. I think this is the hint itself. And also we need to check the address or URL in the address bar. So from here we can copy. So this is the URL followed by the question. We can use the question to pass a parameter and its a value. In this case, parameter name is user and guest. So because here user equals guest, and also just now we have already discovered another account, admin. So next we can check to see whether this application is vulnerable to IDOR vulnerability, or the insecure direct object reference. Okay, sometimes without too much authentication or validation, we can utilize this vulnerability, okay, to get back additional information. Even sometimes will be very important information. So let's change this guest to admin. Hit enter. Yes, indeed, we successfully grabbed the flag. Okay, so not difficult at all. However, I have already showcased the almost complete the methodology when we try to emulate and exploit the web application. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you next. Bye. Have a nice day, please.